it can be very overwhelming deciding on what you want to sell first in your woodworking business. So today we're going to go over 3 simple questions that can help guide you and give you actionable ideas of where to start. The first question is, what do people need or want, and also what problems can you solve? I think a really good way to start solving this problem is just to talk to people in your community. Find out what your friends are buying for their house, people at work, church, anywhere you go, and just start listening to what people find interesting, what they're buying. Start telling people about you doing woodworking and see what piques their interest. Show them some projects that you've made. Another good option is looking on Facebook Marketplace, see what is out there for sale. Give yourself some good ideas. Social media, YouTube, Instagram, all that is a good place to look. So my personal experience, I started trying to sell with a cutting board a couple years back. Threw it on Facebook Marketplace. It was a nice cherry walnut cutting board that I built. Had 0 bites, no interest in it whatsoever. That was very deflating. Once I decided to give it another try, I ended up choosing planter boxes. And one of the reasons I chose that is I actually knew some people in my community that were buying planter boxes or needing planter boxes for some projects they were doing. If you guys are finding this valuable, please like, leave a comment, and subscribe to follow along for future episodes of Shop Talk. Question number 2. Do you have the tools, time, and abilities to build this project? Now, my recommendation is do not spend money on tools and courses and anything else when you're just starting. Start with what you have. So if you already have a good shop space, you have access to a lot of tools, then you have more projects open to you. If you don't even have any tools, start with what you can borrow from family or friends, or you can pick up for cheaply at a local thrift store. But start with what you have is the best way to start. Another aspect of it is, how much time do you have? If you have broken up periods of time throughout the week and you don't have dedicated full days that you can spend in a shop, you have to be able to plan your projects accordingly. So limited time, you're going to want to simple projects. And it's okay to say no to big custom projects if you know your time's limited. The other aspect of this question is your abilities. Start with where you're at. You can grow and learn new abilities as you take on new projects or as you start generating income. Don't worry about being the best fine furniture maker before you even start, or you'll never get started, because there's always something else that you can learn. So like I said earlier in the video, I started trying to sell a cutting board because that was the thing everybody was doing. You saw about cutting boards everywhere. And I think that market was just too overly saturated in my area. And also I didn't do it very professionally, which we'll talk about later. I chose planter boxes because they were simple, repeatable, and I already knew a couple people in my area that needed them, including my wife. The margins on planter boxes are fairly limited. They are a lower cost product to build. There's not a heavy level of craftsmanship involved. Planter boxes sold well for me and started generating income, which got very exciting and made it more fun and gave me time to practice customer interactions and building the professional skills of the business. During this time, I did get offered 2 custom jobs where people reached out and said, hey, can you build this for me? I ended up taking them. One was in a moment where I was busy with planter boxes, and the other was in a moment where sales were a little bit slower. So I felt it was okay to fill that time with a custom job. Now, the first one I took when I was busy, that was a lesson in why not to do custom jobs when you're trying to meet deadlines and have limited time with other sales that are already coming in. The second one, though, worked out well because I took it when sales had diminished towards the end of planter box season, and I was able to spend a lot more time on that custom project. Now, the margins of both the custom projects were a lot better than the margins on the planter boxes. The positive side of taking these custom jobs was it was my chance to develop new skills and grow as a woodworker. But it was also a lot more stressful. Question number 3. how can you make the product stand out? So after talking through our previous ideas, you probably went and found a product that was inspired based on Facebook Marketplace, furniture store, social media. Now you have to ask yourself, how can I make this product stand out from anybody else that's selling it? There are two main ways you can do this. One is unique design ideas that you can add into the existing product, and two, being more professional than your competitors out there. Now, the easiest one to me is being more professional than your competitors out there. Because if you look on Facebook Marketplace, there's a lot of people on there posting products for sale of stuff that they just built in their shop and not taking clean, staged photos. And they're just selling it under their own name and not having a business associated with it. In my experience, just starting out with a business name, taking good photos and posting my planter boxes, I got busy right away. I could not find many people in my area that were approaching selling woodworking products as a business. And I think that helps people build trust with your brand. In my experience, a big difference between my cutting board listing and then listing my planter boxes for sale was the professional side of it, making it a business, treating it like a business, helping customers like it was a business, and the nice staged, clear photos. So overall, my recommendation for most people, now there's going to be outliers based on skill level and time, but most people find a basic, simple, repeatable project. Represent your product and yourself as a business. Keep everything professional, and that will set you apart from others in your area. Let people know you're doing this. Create a basic business Facebook page, post in the groups, let people know in your local community that you're doing this in your friend group. You'd be surprised at how fast sales can start coming in from word of mouth. As always, thanks for watching. Please drop a comment below. Let me know what stage of business that you're in, where you're at, or any other questions that you have. We'll see you in the next one.